Hey everybody, let's talk about the bonus series, the single bonus series, this currently featured special limited time series event car, Bugatti EB110 Super Sport. So I've already posted a video regarding that limited time series, what it takes to win the car. There are two options. So if you guys are interested in winning the car, this is not the video. I'll have the link to that video in the description box below, or in the index card thingy that shows up on the corner of the screen of this video. So yeah, so if you're interested in finding out more about winning this car, do check that out. But for this one, we'll talk about the actual bonus series itself, which is featured under Legend section of the Road Collection, along with this Bugatti featured in this bonus series is going to be Ferrari Testarossa from the year 1984. About as iconic of a 80s car as it gets, right? Testarossa. So, so that car, there's a special event for that car. You can find it currently in event archives called Road Trip. When I originally ran through it back in the day, I want to say it costed me like somewhere around 140 gold to complete that series to win Testarossa, which, by the way, is featured in two different bonus series plus an exclusive series. So, it's one of those things where that car does get a little bit more use. Although in this bonus series, that car, even when maxed out, cannot 100% complete this bonus series. So, yeah, you're gonna need Bugatti if you want to complete this bonus series, which is really the featured bonus series for the Bugatti, because this is the only one that the car is featured in. What can I say? So here we go. Clash of icons. Two of the most eye-catching supercar designs of all time battle for supremacy with speed and style. Yeah, one from the mid-80s, 1984, the Ferrari, and then the Bugatti, of course, from 1992. And rightfully so, Bugatti does perform significantly better as well, check out the cars soon enough, but let's give you the overview of the series itself. So there are a total of 66 gold and 66,000 racing dollars to be won in this bonus series, and there are a total of 20 tiers, yes, with the 2 time trial tiers, one featuring each car, right, exclusive. So tier 7 is the one for Testarossa, and then tier 14 is for Bugatti EB110 Super Sport. And then, of course, there are 2 event showcase tiers. So tier 6 features the Testarossa showcase tier, and then tier 13 is going to be the Bugatti EB110 Super Sport showcase tier with 2 events there. So that gives us a total of 52 trophy events and 2 time trials. So the way the series break down in terms of rewards increment, it'll be nice if they actually give us an increment, like how many, like what the actual breakdown of the series is, the way they do with the limited time series in this information screen of each bonus series. I don't know why they don't do it that way. They show us this whatever the next goal or reward completion goal is, right? So that would be nice. Anyway, so that means in order to complete 25%, you will need 14 trophies, which lands you somewhere in tier 5. So that's where you will earn 8 gold and 8,000 racing dollars. And the PR requirement to reach that point is 24.6. And then the 50% completion, you will need to reach the tier 10. And I believe you need, assuming that you own Testarossa and able to complete the showcase tier events, win the gold trophies there, and complete the time trial. That'll land you right on tier 10. Otherwise, you would have to go further into tier 11 to claim the 50% completion reward, which is 13 gold and 13,000 racing dollars. So that is 26 gold trophies and 1 time trial. That will require your PR to be 29.4. Right. And then 75% completion is the next stop, right? So that one will require you to earn some 39 gold trophies, and yes, it'll place you behind both time trials in tier 16. So you obviously own at least one of the 2 cars featured in this bonus series to run through. So yeah, you'll be somewhere around the tier 16 to claim the 75% completion reward, which is 18 gold and 18,000 racing dollars. And the PR requirement there is going to be 31.1. And then, of course, 100% completion. Well, you need everything, right? And that will pay out the remaining 27 gold and 27,000 racing dollars to, complete the series. Now, Bugatti EB110 Super Sport, the base PR starts at 34.7, and if you're paying attention to the PR requirement for each percentile rewards that I was just going through, 75% completion PR is 31.1, and Bugatti's base PR is good amount higher than that. So obviously, if you own the Bugatti, then that means you can easily get 75% complete here and pick up some, I don't know, 39 gold, I think is what you can claim. But if you won this car, if you won the Bugatti through the limited time series, then obviously your PR is going to be pretty high, as in like 53.2, I believe, is what is currently required to win it through the limited time series. And yeah, you are gonna be above the required PR requirement for this bonus series in entirety, because the final tier requires 53.1 here in the bonus series, and limited time series requires 53.2. So assuming that you own both cars, that's what you'll need. If you've gone through let's say if you own both cars and you've been kind of sitting on upgrading the Bugatti to 100% complete, then obviously the limited time series right now gives you a nice kind of a discount on that remaining upgrades, so you can complete both of the events. So that's, I suppose, one way to look at it. And yeah, so that is that. And let's check into the series itself and see what we got. By the way, if you don't own either of the cars, or neither of the cars, then you would need to win 24 trophies in the main big box career series called Spirit of Ferrari. That will unlock this series as well. Anyway, now let's just run through the series tier by tier. Starting with tier 1, we got Hunter at Mazda Raceway. It's still stuck in my mouth. WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca, followed by Autocross at Daytona Motorcycle Course. And the tier 1 cup is going to be at Hockenheim Short, which is going to be a 2-lapper. And by the way, here are the 2 cars maxed out. So Ferrari Testarossa starts at base PR of 20.3, and as you can see, when it's maxed out, it does go up to 42. Bugatti EB110 Super Sport base PR 34.7 maxes out at 54.5. And yes, they are 2 very different cost grade cars. For example, Testarossa is a 250 gold car to buy it outright, and then Bugatti is 410 gold. Fully maxing out, Ferrari will cost you 310 gold, while fully maxing out Bugatti will cost you 781 gold. So yeah, not cheap. This car definitely is not cheap, but you know, it's what you're gonna need. So anyway, and if we compare the spec, yeah, I mean, all around, right? Better top speed, quicker acceleration, braking distance, not as good on Bugatti. But then again, the grip is significantly higher on Bugatti as well. So it's just all around, I would say, better performer, and price definitely shows that. So anyway, let's continue on down this event or the series to check out the remaining tiers. So tier 2, we got head-to-head at Silverstone International, which is going to be a single lapper, followed by speed record at New York Circuit. So that's a full lap and then some, actually, because New York Circuit starts a bit further back, right? Because the beginning of the circuit at New York is right on that 90-degree corner, so that you cannot form a grid there, right? So they have, you basically start a bit further back in the circuit, at least for the first lap. Anyway, and then tier 2, to get through here, the cup is going to be at Suzuka East. PR 22.6 is required, so if you are running with the Ferrari, you will need some upgrades. However, if you're running with Bugatti, obviously, as I said, you're not going to need any upgrade for a long time. All right, and it's going to be a 2-lap, pretty quick. PR 22.6 required, so just a few racing dollar upgrades should be fine. Let's check out the next tier, tier 3. Endurance at Nürburgring Mühlenbachschleife, so your distance may vary depending on how fast your friends are or what kind of winning margin you're getting through the event, right? And then we got Speed Snap at Brands Hatch, and that should be pretty quick. And the cup for Dubai International Circuit, PR 23.7 is required, and that's gonna be a single lapper, so a pretty quick one. All right, continuing on, tier 4, elimination at Melbourne. So you gotta survive for 2 minutes 40 seconds. Is it or is it 2 minutes 20 seconds? Yeah, somewhere around there. All right, and then we got drag race. It's gonna be a Catalonia Grand Prix. Not that I don't think it really makes that big of a difference, but there it is. And then we got a cup at Berlin for tier 4. PR 24.6 is required, and it's gonna be a 3-lap cup. All right, continuing on, tier 5, And of course, as I mentioned earlier, this is going to be your 25% completion tier. And you don't need to complete the cup here if you've been winning gold trophy up to this point in order to claim that 25% completion. That's why the 25% completion PR requirement is actually 24.6, not 25.5, which is what you're going to need to get past tier 5. All right, head to head at Spielberg Red Bull Ring Grand Prix single lapper. We got a Hunter at Spa, that is a full lap as well. And then Cup for tier 5, it's going to be a Circuit of the Americas National Circuit. And PR 25.5 is required. So this is most likely the last tier. If you're running with Testarossa, then you will be able to get through without putting any gold upgrades on. Anyway, 2 laps for that cup. And then tier 6, we got the first, what do you call it? The showcase tier. We got the endurance at Monza road course and the cup at the Leipzig Porsche Test Track long on-road circuit. Let's find out. 2 laps is what's required. All right. Let's see where Testarossa time trial is going to be, and it's going to be at Brands Hatch. All right. Moving on. Tier 8. We got elimination at the 24-hour circuit. Speed Snap at the Brickyard Road Course. And the Cup at Bathurst Mount Panorama. PR 27.8 is required. So as I was saying, if you're running with the Ferrari, you're going to need gold upgrades at this point. And it will be a 2-lap cup. All right. Tier 9, we got head-to-head at Dubai Club. That's a fun little circuit. It's just going to be a quick short single lapper though. And then we got a speed record at Nürburgring Sprint Circuit. So that is another medium length lap, a full lap. And then cup for tier 9 is going to be at Red Bull Ring National Circuit. PR 28.6 is required. And it's going to be a 5-lapper. All right, and then that takes us to the 50% completion tier, tier 10. All right, this one you do need to complete all 3, win all 3 events on this tier, assuming that you've completed the Testarossa showcase and time trial tiers, right? So tier 10, we got Hunter at the Hong Kong circuit. That's a full lap. Elimination at Monza Junior course. So that's that. You gotta survive. Most likely you will complete at least a couple of laps there, unless you do some roadblock strategy. And then tier 10 cup is going to be at Bugatti circuit. PR 29.4 is required, and it is going to be a 3-lapper to claim that 50% completion reward of 13 gold and some 13,000 racing dollars. Continuing on to next tier, sort of Act 2, the second half of this series. Tier 11, we got Speed Snap at Daytona Motorcycle Course. And we got Endurance at Mount Panorama. And the cup at Circuit of the Americas Grand Prix Circuit. PR 30.2 is what's required, and it's going to be a 2-lap cup. All right, so far so good. Both cars perfectly fine, capable, although, you know, we're still below, good bit below the base PR of Bugatti EB110 Super Sport. All right, Tier 12, Autocross at Hockenheim Grand Prix. Grand Prix at Suzuka East. It's a second drag race here, right? So that's good. We don't want too many drag races. There's a different game that is much better designed for that purpose. Anyway, the Tier 12 Cup is going to be at Silverstone Bridge Grand Prix Circuit. PR 31.1 is required, and it will be a 2-lap cup. All right, continuing on to tier 13, which is your Bugatti EB110 Supersport Showcase tier. By the way, if you get the showcase discount on Ferrari, then you can get it for 200 gold as opposed to 250. So yeah, but once again, that's more than what you're gonna have to spend. Let's say if you were to win it through that special event in event archives. So if you don't own the car, I would definitely encourage you guys to go that route. Even if you have to put more upgrades on the car to win from the special event, hey, then you got a bunch of upgrades on the car when you win the car. So, you're not spending your resources twice, both on upgrades and then to buy the car. Versus if you buy the car, you're going to have to spend it on both, So I say if you don't own it, run through it in the event archives. I'll have the link to my playthrough of that special event, the road trip, both in the description box below, and then maybe have that one of those cards show up. Anyway, for EB110 Supersport Showcase, where you can, if you don't own this car, you will be able to get 20% off on the cost of the car, which brings the cost down to 328 gold. Still pretty pricey, right? Now, once again, this car is also featured in the event archives. We have a limited time series, so you can win it for less. So this car you should be able to win from the event archives event for like 200 some gold, so still cheaper, and once again, you are getting the car with 3 upgrades across the board, basically. So anyway, we got a Hunter at Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course, so that's a full lap, and a Cup at Porsche Test Track short on-road circuit. It's going to be a 5-lapper. All right, let's check out where this time trial is going to take place. It's going to be at Catalunya National, and it looks like some fast cats are getting it under a minute by a good bit. Look at that. All right, continuing on, tier 15. All right, we got Speed Snap at Laguna Seca, Elimination at Berlin Circuit, and the Cup at Spa. PR 31.1 is required, and it is going to be a 2-lap cup. All right, continuing on, tier 16. Now, this is your 75% completion tier, but you don't necessarily need to win the cup. So that's why 75% completion PR requirement is actually from previous tier 15, 31.1. Right. Anyway, we're autocross at Melbourne, head-to-head at Brands Hatch. Probably going to be, a single lapper. And the cup is going to be at Hockenheim National. PR 38.5 is required for this 4-lap cup. And so far so good. Both cars perfectly capable of running through all these. And then tier 17, we got Speed Record at Daytona Road Course, so that's a full lap. Hunter at Red Bull Ring National Circuit, so that's a relatively short but still a full lap. And then the Cup for tier 17 is going to take place at Nürburgring Grand Prix. PR 42.4 is required. So this is where it's the end of the road for Testarossa, as we are PR blocked at this point for this 3-lap cup at Nürburgring. So from this point on, Bugatti will be going solo for the remaining 4 tiers, basically, at least to get through the cup events, right? But by this point, you have already claimed 75% completion. So, if you're going any further, you're going to need more upgrades on Bugatti as well, depending on how you won the car. Obviously, if you want it through the currently running limited time series, then no worries there. You are all set. Anyway, let's continue all the way here. Tier 18, we got a third and most likely the last drag race. It's going to take place in Texas, Circuit of the Americas Grand Prix, then followed by Autocross at Suzuka West. And the cup for Tier 18 is going to be at Silverstone Grand Prix. PR 45.8 is required for this 3-lap cup. And once again, Bugatti is the only car that can unlock that one. Once unlocked, you cannot race either car. Tier 19, the penultimate tier of this series. We got Speed Snap at Monza Junior course. Head-to-head at Dubai Oval Circuit. That is going to be a super quick single lapper. That might be the shortest circuit in the game. Dubai Oval. Man, that is a short one. Anyway, then we got Cup at Catalunya Grand Prix for Tier 19. PR 49.3 is required for this 4-lap cup. So, yeah, that's a good length race for this car. And Tier 20, the final tier. Right, we got endurance at the dynamic circuit of Porsche Test Track. Elimination in Hong Kong. And the final cup is going to be at the Le Mans 24-hour circuit with a PR requirement of 53.1. And it's going to be a 2-lap cup. All right, so that will get you, of course, the remaining 27 gold to complete the 66 gold total rewards available in this bonus series. So that is going to be the overview of this bonus series featuring 2 cars from bygone eras. Right. Ferrari Testarossa and Bugatti EB110 Super Sports. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. All right, take care.